I was concerned because after the Adesanya fight, I felt very much like he was chasing Adesanya. Mm-hmm. And watching Adesanya against Gastelum, I think he was comfortable standing in the pocket and trading too early, and I think he got punished for it. So when he went into the Whittaker fight, he was far less willing to stand in the way of his punches. And there were a lot of times when you saw Whittaker charging forward, chasing after him, which is just uncharacteristic. Robert's an excellent martial artist, very, very cerebral, very well balanced in his approach, and knows how to apply his tools and build them one after another so he can open up that finish. And I just didn't see that in the Adesanya fight. And it's not that I know he's not capable of it, because I know he is. And I mean, obviously, a part of that is Adesanya's brilliance in drawing the opponent to him to punish them. But at the same time, I think Robert could have made that a more difficult fight for Adesanya than he did. And I think, turning this corner, having these realizations and taking some time away, I think it allows him just to get back in there and, as you say, enjoy himself. He'll be in a much more flow state. There's no crowd. There's no pressure as far as, he's carrying a belt. He doesn't even seem too focused about getting back to the belt right now. It's literally all about this fight and all about enjoying himself. And that's when we're going to see him at his best.
Do you imagine that rematch goes completely different to that first fight that they had? I mean, would a part of you think that he's got a chance to walk in there, switch up his game plan, and beat a guy like Israel if they ever fight again?
Yeah, again, to be honest, these top five at middleweight, although they're all very different fighters, I think they could swap the belt constantly amongst themselves. Robert's definitely got the skills to beat Adesanya. I think he needs to be more intelligent in his approach, and I think that's what he was lacking in the first fight. I think, to be honest, if they fought again, especially if there was no crowd, I mean, that's got to be something that plays in as well. If there's no crowd, and if Robert Whittaker can just focus on Adesanya, and it becomes a contest of martial arts, then I think it'd be a bit more cagey and a bit more technical, perhaps. Maybe even more like Darren Till against Wonderboy, which was, I think they threw sort of 10 strikes around in that fight, if that. But there was such a high level of operating system going on that you always felt like there was something going to happen. And I think Robert was just trying to force it too much in the Adesanya fight. I think in a rematch he would approach it entirely different. Maybe even clinch him and try and take him to the floor, but certainly his striking would be different. And I mean, I think if he comes through Till this weekend, there's one clear guy. I mean, Cannonier's out, obviously, because he's had that the pectoral surgery. Jack Hermansson's just come off a big win over Kelvin Gastelum, first round submission. So I know he wants the winner of this fight. And that would be a perfect fight for Whittaker coming out of this one. Get another win over Hermansson. I mean, obviously, Paulo Costa's floating around, but I don't know whether he's going to be the immediate next title shot, or I don't know what's happening with that guy. I kind of, as far as the skills in the division go, I think Paulo Costa's probably he's a stick of dynamite. There's no doubt about it. But as far as the technical striking abilities go, I don't think it proves a great deal if Robert Whittaker beats him, as opposed to someone like Till and a Cannonier, a Hermansson, people like that, who have got a very high skill level in a lot of ranges.